twisted brats to, in the end, brats that really can be moved if you play with their emotions like that. Well, that's true. I mean, kids are not that innocent as you think they are. But deep down, I think even the most uninnocent kid has somewhat a kid at heart that just shows some amount of emotional vulnerability. So surprisingly, it had a very heartwarming message in it here. Even for that jerk Bakugo managed to pull in a comment that was actually very wise, poetic, and heartwarming in a way. Yes, this is the Boku no Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is back from this year, the first chapter of My Hero Academia this 2018. And the Angry Anime fan here to review it. It's chapter 166. First off, we see a cover page that is actually kinda scary and looking. It's a school entrance premon with a young Todoroki, his mother, and his father. That scene is actually quite terrifying, and this is before Todoroki got the scar, mind you. I mean, it's that's if given from what everything happened in the future, that is actually kind of scary looking, almost like they tried to be normal parents, but we all know that they were far from a normal family. Either way, the kids begin to show their moments like this as the guy from the Shijutsu suddenly appears to take the mic, who says that it appears that you seem unaware of the particular facing Shijutsu Academy, so I rather to support you in your endeavor to commentate in equitable fashion. C mentions that they have to build the ill will in the hearts of these children. And that will offer them a chance of growth. However, these kids' quirks are actually quite stronger than things can believe on, as one kid fires binging balls, another one fires powerful dust and tongue tanks and viral compass and many things more. In the end, these are quite sadistic kids, in a way. But the Shijutsu guy mentions something like line of thinking that there are generations past where quirks will continue mixing together and deepen, and they'll get stronger and more complicated. I think basically is saying the older quirks have gotten, the more advanced and powerful they've been able. And at the same time, they've been so powerful that it's difficult to control them. Indefinite to say that these kids' quirk singularity or these kids' quirk, potentiality is extremely high and yet dangerous at the same time. And then many of the other kids look down and wonders if Gang Orca if this is bad. However, he screams to them that they shouldn't be worried like that, because he mentions that as rotten as they may be, they're even a little hopeful to handle this bunch of moments. And yes, the grown-up students have managed to deflect it all, as they mentions that Bakugo mentions that yes, they are twisted, and also Todoroki says that their perspective of heroes are different than others, and the wind guy, I'm sorry, Inasa just says that he just want to get along with his kids. As the guy standing behind the wall, who appears to be the leader, says to them, show them real strength, and a girl fires a queen beam. Suddenly Todoroki pulls a Bishonen entrance that actually charms the girl. However, it turns out to just be an illusion made by Kami, who this is her real quirk. She mentions these days our school forbids relationship with the opposite gender. Salty AF. What does that mean? Does that mean that they're not that having a relationship in school is not exactly allowed? Apparently, so this is Kami's real quirk. It's called glamour. For a short period of time, she can create illusions. But apparently, it's worth noting though, but abuse is absolutely forbidden. Given that she can create a illusion for a short amount of time, it's no telling what that can do. And strangely enough, Bakugo of all people holds his mouth and says, "I've been entranced by your cute face. That was so good, Miss Illusion." Is a Bakugo of all people were entranced by that? Okay, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. And apparently that is Kami's name, Miss Illusion. And the kids being distracted wonder what they're gonna do next. So Inasa pulls the next trick, saying, "You kids are certainly awesome, but but it doesn't stop us from spinning." And so, with the helps of the illusions, the winds, and the ice, Inasa, Kami, and Todoroki managed to create a slide with Inasa firing them up with wind and Todoroki with ice, basically allowing the kids to just be kids, having a little fun. And that actually breaks their sadistic situations a little bit, and wonders, is that even possible doing that? Meaning that these girls, they just believe in just using their splendid quirks like that. However, in a way of cool things. In a flashback though, the Bakugo and Inasa and Todoroki talked and saying that if you just lose to an opponent who's looking down on you, all it does is leave you feeling shitty. So even though Bakugo did not want to pull any any punches on these kids, he did mention that if he cannot help them, then that will be bad. So, and they didn't want to be campaigning the ass to everyone. So Todoroki said they should just broaden the outlook a little. So in a way, the troublemaking students that fail the exam are the perfect example of calming down these sadistic kids, because they understand the feeling of improving and becoming a better person, in a way. It makes you warm and fuzzy inside. So finally Bakugo grabs the leader against the wall and says, "You go and participate." And says, "You are the leader, aren't you? If all you do is ever to look down on people, you won't be able to recognize your own weakness." And that, I have to say, that is actually a line I never expected to hear from Bakugo. I mean, he has spent all his life, and he still does, mind you, looking down on people. However, the fact that he says you won't be able to recognize your own weaknesses seems to imply that even though he does look down on people all his life, he has never recognized his weaknesses until he has seen his weaknesses. Meaning that maybe he's lampshading that he is no longer just looking down on people. He is actually acknowledging who he is. And that is not just a sadistic bully of a guy. With that, well, the kids keep on playing with the fun of the moments. And finally, the kids who are out of control calms down, as All Might says to Endeavor, "For what reason we're equipped with our powers?" Endeavor, the answer to that must be quite simple. And that is moving the hearts of those that is in trouble. In the end, this chapter actually had a meaning of heart. Again, I don't think kids are innocent and kids are actually more dangerous than you think. But it's always heartwarming to see that in the end, as dangerous as kids are, there are moments where you actually can still communicate with them and show that they really do have a weakness of heart, and in a way are perhaps just scared and have an inferiority complex and just are in feeling the bad sense of their lives. And what better way to help kids like that than these four? People that failed the exam and are a little bit out of control in themselves. Todoroki from his past, Bakugo with his bully tendencies, and Inasa with his loudmouthness, and Kami, well, she's just ditzy. However, yeah, I like this chapter. It wasn't so bad as I thought it would be. So you give me your thoughts if you have.